Hello, everyone. Welcome to the season finale of Dead Realms Season 3. I am your humble DM, Tyler, and with us for the final time is the remaining survivors of the party. If you guys would like to reintroduce yourselves for the final time for our audience.
M. Farkle, half orc spell sword.
Hi,
Lavina.
I'm
Uh,
serious. Oh,
no, you
go.
go. Go
Let's
for
go.
it. Too late. Go for it.
Fine. I'm serious. I'm playing Dalvin. I play two other characters who survived this entire series, and I'm ready to die.
I'm I'm Naz, first time player. I'm playing Lavina, our elven witch doctor healer lady.
All right. And with that introduction out of the way, let's get into the final episode, the season finale of Dead Realms Season 3. You guys faced off against the Man Skinner, almost beaten to the bloody pulp at the risk of death at some points, but you guys managed to persevere. You guys then exited the town, rested, and walked towards Tim's village of, as I look through my notes, Orgrim, to find that it was relatively safe as Tim left it. The only difference, however, is that Tim's lover slash wife has aged up 50 years, has a son, and has grandchildren. While Tim was um, getting to know his new family and reigniting the old flame, Dalvin and Lavina were considering of just letting Tim be as they try to finish this quest of theirs on their own. It almost came to a point where Dalvin attempted to attack Tim for Tim's sake, but nonetheless, you two were Tim, feeling that he has to finish this quest, rejoined with you guys, and you guys rowed the boat all the way to the Elven Isles. And as you walked onto the Elven Isles, Lavina noticed that it was no elves around nearby, even though there should have been, especially since she has been exiled for years. As you guys traversed one of the isles at sunrise, Dalvin was the only one who noticed towards the end of the last episode of seeing a large silhouette of a dragon passing by overhead past the tree canopies and deeper into the island before it vanished from Dalvin's sights. Luckily, if it were a dragon, it didn't see you. But Dalvin, you were the only one that notices this.
Hey guys, there's a dragon on this island. Tim, you should just go
Dragon?
home. We can do this. Yeah. You should just go home. We got this.
No, I'm not. I've
Go see
come
your
all
wife.
this way. I'll see you after this. We'll kill this dragon, then I'll do it. I mean, for all we know, it's an intelligent dragon that speaks our language and wants the same thing as we do. That we shouldn't be scared of it just because it's bigger than us.
You don't feel the source of this necrotic energy radiating off this island? You think a
I'm.
intelligent dragon's gonna want to converse and parlay in this kind of environment?
We've met some nice people on our path. I mean, maybe this dragon is one of them. You're right. I'm not even. I'm not even convincing myself. Honestly, you're right.
Yeah, you're
It
about
was
to make me upset
aspiration.
with this fruitless conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah.
As as they're talking, Lavina, she's just kind of quietly studying her surroundings and like feeling out the energy. Does she like sense Malekith anywhere on the island?
you
Because I believe we had gotten information that he was possibly here.
the last time you were in the Isles, it was flourishing with bright green colors, very vibrant, positive and energy throughout the island. As you know, Elven presence is known for bringing rich joy as far as towards nature is concerned. You're looking at around this island. You have feelings of dread as the bright, vibrant greens are now this darkened green color now colors the landscape. The gray skies doesn't necessarily help either. And on top of that, the woods seem to be a bit more darker than it should be. It's probably because there hasn't been sunlight in years, or maybe it's the combination of that and the sun is covering the clouds. You aren't too sure. Whatever you remembered of this island is definitely changed for the worse. As far as feeling where Malekith is at, you do get a sense, based on your background, you do get a sense of some necrotic energies within this area, specifically. More than you have felt on your journey thus far.
Icky. Okay. Yeah, Lavina, she's like listening to you guys. She's like a few steps ahead. And if you look at her, she's just got like the ultimate stank face. Like, she's fucking like not pleased at all. Dragon or no dragon, that fucker's here. I can feel him. She like digs her like staff into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the earth. It's dry. There's no life here at all.
I thought you hated this place.
No, I don't hate my home, Dalvin. I love it. I love my home. I just have been banned. Been exiled.
Why?
Because I left. My mentor, poor Clem, just vanished one day. And elves are we keep to our own factions. And nobody wanted to help me learn. And when I wanted to leave to learn how to heal and be a healer for my community, they told me if I left, I was dead to them. Dead to our gods. Dead to the soil. Gone. And I left anyways. But now that I'm back, I remember the energy of this land. She's finally going to turn to you guys. You could see just the look of absolute anger. I remember the feel of my home, and he's here. He's tainting the energy. Rotten.
Let's rip his heart out. Let's stop this shit.
We don't have to get past
'Cause
our dragon
honestly-
to do it.
Oh, whatever. You know what? Honestly, I've done so much fighting in the last 50 years, I feel like it'll be just another walk in the park. And Davin starts stretching. You know. Just another walk in the park. Just gotta keep a positive outlook on killing a dragon.
Alright. You guys
We
could...
should at least try talking to the dragon. We should at least try talking to the dragon. That's all I want to say.
No.
When
no,
have
no,
you
no, no,
ever
no, no,
known
no,
a
no.
dragon that wants to talk? All it wants is to
Listen.
take.
I've never known a dragon. I'm gonna level with you here, but I've got a few books.
I've heard stories of dwarves killing cyclops and giants. I have never heard of one killing a dragon. Let me tell you something. If there's one thing that gets me excited, it'd be the first dwarf to kill a dragon. Now let's go.
Damn, you're a smooth talker, Dalvin. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
You guys continue to travel for a few hours at this point. As you do, the sky begins to brighten a bit and the surroundings start to have some visibility for all you guys. You all see the forest, still having this darker color, but not as dark as it once was. As you're traveling, you hear further ahead in the distance similar groans you've been hearing ever since you woke up. The groan of undeath. You guys, stop for a minute and, try to hide it out of sight. And as you look around, Lavina, what you see is possibly terrifying. You see an elf walking around undeath, and for a brief moment, it sees a squirrel. It turns its head, and as it begins to walk, you just see it teleport near the squirrel as it's trying to reach out for it.
Do we see that as well?
Yes, you all do.
Even the zombies here can misty step.
Hey Tim, man, you can always go back to your wife. Let me tell
Too
you
late.
right now, this is this is the perfect time to
Shh.
this is the
If I
perfect time to
die,
go.
You
I
see,
die a
you see
hero.
the elf try to chase the squirrel, but the squirrel goes up and it's just clawing at the tree at this point.
Yeah, that's good.
Teleporting undead is some straight bullshit.
They're clumsy even after teleporting. They're faster, but they're still clumsy.
If they're anything like me, dead or alive, they can only do it so many times.
Dalvin
Maybe
walk.
we can.
Ah,
I think
no,
we
I
could.
think we're here. Let's just fight.
You want to?
Let's
You
just
want to
fight.
take a stand here? Just fortify and then start banging the drums and get everyone over here.
Mm, no, but I'm not gonna stealth my way on this island either. That's just a longer journey.
Okay,
How
so we'll just take a casual stroll and we'll take up arms if anyone has an issue with that. I'm fine with that.
how far are we from my community, Ron? Would Lavina know?
I would say you're about a few hours away.
Yeah, we have a couple more hours of travel before we even get anywhere near my community specifically. We're just on the outskirts of this island, and something tells me that thing we're looking for is probably more in the center.
And let's press on.
Okay. You guys continue to travel for a few hours. Presumably trying to go to your community, Lavina.
I'm more or less following the icky energy. I'm hunting down Malekith and
Okay.
under the assumption of he is near a community for his own sake.
Gotcha. Okay. That's fine by me. Can everyone just make a perception check for me, please?
Well, I may not be perceptive, but I am somewhat
5.
eptive.
Okay.
Sorry.
4.
Usually I use
4.
Owlbear to roll.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
Excuse me.
Shout out to
Use the
dnddiceroller.com, not sponsored. dnddiceroller.com. We've got all the dice and we roll them.
Okay, I see it.
Again, not sponsored.
I'm gonna use that. D20 plus 7.
7. Okay.
Oof.
Cool. You guys continue the path. What's the marching order?
Oh God. Nothing
Dalvin's
good
in
can come
front.
from that. Alba behind him.
Dalvin's in front.
Dalvin's in front.
Healer in the back.
Okay.
Lavina in the back. Okay.
Dalvin, you are leading this track as you're walking forward. Your leg gets caught on something. You thought it was a branch, but unfortunately, your leg tightens, and as you look down, you see that there was some camouflage rope, and you have triggered an outdoor trap as you are then hoisted up a tree, halfway up through a tree, and now you're just dangling and hanging. And then all of a sudden, you just hear a loud noise of broken branches just falling down past you as you're still hanging upside down.
Oh no, I don't want to throw up. Get me down, guys, please. Oh.
I'd like to apologize to all the rabbits I ever snared.
Yeah, I'm gonna. My father
mean-
was a hunter, so Lavina's definitely gonna like look for where like the rope is hitched.
Sure, make a perception check.
Oh. Boy, I throw that
Another
sword
one.
away. Oh.
mean, yeah, my hands are free, right? There's no reason why I can't just cut myself loose.
Only Dalvin's tied up.
I have a pickaxe.
Oh, I'll cut you loose. Yeah.
Okay. So what's your
I
perception
mean,
check?
I've got a.
I'm trying. My computer's being really slow right now.
Ah, I see. So
If if Tim can cut him down quicker than I can find the rope, I'm not gonna stop him.
okay. So you do see like dangling rope, that is hoisted Dalvin up. If you wish, Tim, you can climb up the tree and try to cut it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. If I have to climb, I'll climb.
Okay. As you're climbing up the tree and living, as you're kind of looking around trying to find like where the mechanism of this trap is, you hear some rustling in the bushes, like circling all around you guys.
Mm.
And then all of a
Yes.
sudden,
You guys get out of here.
you
Get outta
guys
here.
I gotta
all
cut him.
you guys all hear the pulling of bowstrings, and he goes, and you just hear a voice in Elvish. Lavina, you know this language because you're an elf, and you say, "Who is this? A dwarf and a half orc at that, with this elven sister? What's going on here? Who are you all?"
Do I recognize the voice?
You don't.
Mm. Yeah, she's gonna grab her staff and cast like. No, I'm just gonna grab. I mean, Lavina's gonna take her staff and stand in front of the boys. And in returning in Elvish, going, my name is family name Marie. I return home. I'm here to correct what's going on here. Who are you? What are you doing?
Okay. Writing that down real quick. Where's my pen? There's my pen. Namarie. He says, "Wait, Namarie. That's familiar. Are you related to Thurin by chance?" You recognize that Thurin is the name of your father.
Lavina's eyes narrow. What do you know of Thurin?
How are you related to him? Speak now, otherwise I'm gonna let go of this bow.
Daughter, I've returned home.
Ah, the exiled one, I see. And then you hear another one say, "Wait, she's his daughter? Shouldn't we let her go?" Then you hear the first guy say, "No, she's an exiled one. There's a reason why she was exiled. Doesn't matter if she is related to Thurin or not. She's still exiled. She can't be trusted." Then you hear the second guy say, "Well, listen, like, she clearly knows some magic, at least, and he is Thurin's, kid. What if we come back and, Thurin gets pissed off? You know how he is." And then you hear the third guy.
Do you want somebody to save our isles or not? Quit arguing amongst yourselves. If my father is alive, I demand me and my friends be brought to him now.
Make a charisma check at advantage.
Be a straight D20. I don't have any charisma.
It's fine. You have advantage. We'll see how it goes.
I got a 12 and a 3.
Okay. They're kind of hesitant to believe you or not, but they say, "Let's do this. You put your weapons down, and we'll drop our arrows. We'll get your friend down, but we're going to have you bind for our safety. We'll take you to Thurin, and he will verify for us. Does that seem fair?"
Lavina's she's standing her ground, unmoving. In common, she speaks to the boys. She goes, "They know my father. They don't trust me because I've been exiled, as I've mentioned. If we drop our weapons, they will bind us and take us to my father so he can verify my identity. They don't trust us. But do you trust me?"
I trust you, but they outnumber us like what, 10 to 1, and we're the big threat here. Like, I don't. The binding seems unnecessary to me, but I trust you.
As long as that means I get down, whatever.
Well, and then returns in Elvish. Fine. Bind us as you might.
All right. And with some due time, Dowling, you're eventually brought down. You guys turn in your weapons, and then you're all binded via rope. And then you hear the elf say, "All right, let's take them back. Pray that you're right. Otherwise, we might just leave you out here with nothing." And then you hear him say, "Come, it's time to return home base." And then you guys are being escorted away from this area. You see some of them have left behind your group to reset the trap. But you guys are currently bind with your hands tied, your weapons no currently not on your person, and are being escorted by some elven rangers, it looks like.
I have two questions. One, do these guys speak common? That's to Lavinia. And two, also to Lavinia, is there anything we should know about your dad?
You hear one of the elves say, "Yes, we do understand common. We just prefer our elvish tongue."
Us day, NEA, of a, ease they, eyes gay, eeks pay, adme.
Yeah, Lavina's definitely gonna look at you slightly confused, and she's, yes, elves understand common. It's clunky for us, like a second language. My father, on the other hand, well, he was a good man whenever I was a child. Very strong leader, hunter gatherer. He kept my family safe. I've been gone for, God, I don't even know, 200 years, maybe more. After a certain point, you lose count. And even as an elf, time changes you.
All right. After some brief amount of time, you're taken to what seems like to be a old keep. Age has definitely affected this keep as there are vines growing out of the sides and what have you. Lavina, you recognize this keep as, that old keep that all the kids go to, hey, can you stay in this keep for ghosts or what have you. So you recognize this keep from your childhood. But you see that it is fortified by some elven rangers and archers and warriors of the like. What you also see is that what you remember last time, there are different kinds of elves, dark elves, forest elves, etc. And most of them usually keep to their own. However, this is the first instance where you see a variety of different elves grouping together with one another. It is uncommon, but, there have been stranger times.
For reference, Team Lavina is a wood elf.
At this point, the hunters go up to the guardsman. He says, "Who is this? Why the hell is there a dwarf and an orc here? And why do you have one of our own tied up?" The elf who was communicating to you initially said, "According to her, she's Thurin's daughter. The exile. Well, we brought her here, and we're going to bring them to Thurin to see if she's telling the truth or not." The guards go, "I see. So, yes, bring Thurin up to speed. Tell him to meet us at the center circle." The guard nods and then goes to dispatch, allegedly, your father. And he says, "Come, follow, middle of the keep. Let's go."
Roll her eyes. This is a lot of fucking showboating. Just gonna follow them.
All right.
I don't appreciate the way they call us. They call me a dwarf. I don't like this place.
Well, I did. To be fair, Delvin, I have told both of you up until this point that we are not a welcoming race.
Yeah, but still, like, we're about to save their asses. I'm about to. I could just turn around and let this whole thing just. No, never mind.
That's the problem with these people is like they know that we're not going to let our families die, so they get to be dicks to us while we save their lives. Man, that's something in it.
Wonderful welcome home.
Yeah, well.
All right. You guys are taken to the center of the keep. You see that this is like a small elven community of elves within this keep. Again, different types of elves living together. It's definitely uncommon for you, Lavina. After a few minutes, you see being guarded a man who seems to be wearing some elite elven garbs to indicate that this person is an elite hunter, but clearly bandaged up. This man has been injured, but you could tell just by the way people look at him that he is clearly the leader. Lavina, if you would like to describe what your father Thurin looks like for the audience and for your fellow players, please.
As you guys know, Lavina is a tall, like pale gray elf with long black hair. Her father has very similar features. He's much taller than her. He has like a like a thin musculature, very lean. Like his hair is pin straight, pitch black, uh, and just carries himself with like the utmost dignity. His ears are very long, longer than Lavina's. Very like a, very much like not a pretentious kind of man, but definitely like the kind of person that looks down on others. You can like you look at him, and you're like, that's definitely her dad. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Thorin looks at your eyes specifically, Lavina. You know your father enough. He's a fighter. You know this. And you could tell from his facial expression that he is currently trying to stay face. After a brief amount of silence, he says to the fellow hunters, he says, bring them to my private quarters. I shall have a private chat with them myself. The hunter says, sir, it's unnecessary. You're clearly injured. Please, let us... No. I will talk with them. This woman claims to be my daughter, and I'll see to that. She at least knows my name, so I gotta ask her that question, right? He goes, yes, of course, sir. Very well. Then come. And you could see, as he's turning his head, leading you guys, you could see a quick blink towards you, indicating that, he is definitely pulling some sort of an act for staying face as commander. You are then brought to his private quarters, and you see 2 guardsmen in there with him, and he goes, please, give us some privacy. And free their binds. But sir, what if they try to attack you? He says, I'll manage. I face worse. He goes, very well, sir. They take a dagger, they cut your binds, and the 2 guardsmen leave and close the door. Do you say anything to your dad?
Is it all 3 of us are in there, or is it
all
just
3
me?
of you and your dad?
I think Lavina's just gonna stare at him for a really long, hard time. And then the first thing out of her mouth in Elvish is, you've seen better days?
As you're saying that, he just quickly hugs you. He hugs you in embrace after not seeing you for 200 plus years. He says, daughter, it is fortunate that the Quinya has blessed me on this day. I figure that at this point you'd be dead by now, joining with your mother, but I am happy that they have brought you before me on this day. And you can see a bit of tears coming out of his eyes.
Lavina is stiff at first. She's very shocked. Her whole life has grown up with this indoctrination of once you leave, that's it. And after a moment, both of you see her shoulders kind of drop, and she just completely sinks into her father. And when she does so, she's gonna attempt to heal him.
You do so. You heal him in what way exactly?
I'm gonna just use my I'm just gonna use my solar siphon and heal him for like a singular D8.
Okay. As you go ahead and roll that. You do this to him. He feels a bit weirded out at first, but then you get the feeling that he's slowly being healed. Goes, well, that's odd to say the least, but thank cute daughter. Please come, sit down. And you see that he's gesturing towards like a small side table within his quarters.
Of
And
course.
he looks at you, Dalvin, and Tim. He goes, and you two must be her compatriots, I presume. Please forgive the, well, the welcoming party, for lack of a better term for this. Most elves are, they are young, and they are most ignorant of and untrustworthy of others. I am Thurin, and he offers a hand for a handshake for both of you.
Does Dalvin and
Return
Tim?
it.
You return it, all right?
Yeah, Dalvin returns it too.
Okay.
Father, without these two, I would have joined Mother.
Mm. Then I
Is
owe you two great gratitude. Then. And then he says,
Cool. Can we get our weapons back, or can we get something better? I mean,
in due time, but please have a seat. Ugh. And you can tell that he is clutching his bandages a bit as he sits down by his bedside to catch a breather. And after a while, he then says, "Forgive me, I am not in good condition. As I don't know if you all have seen or not, but there's clearly a dragon issue at hand, along with this weird necromancy that has been going on for 50 years at this point."
That's what we're here for, Dad.
What?
My staff, which your guards have, is still fresh with elven bark, and it has a purification rune on it. I came home and I broke exile so we could save everybody, fix this mess. Now, dragon aside, I did not know about that coming in, but that's
Well, you
that's
have
why
been
I came
gone
home.
for 200 years, and you say that this staff that you call it, so you say that it would end all of this.
Certainly hope it does. We have gone through quite a journey and lost quite a few friends to get here.
He kind of sighs a bit and says, "And I'm guessing that you must play a part in all of this."
Unfortunately so.
He sighs for a bit, a little silence, and he says, "Look, I'm not too sure how long ago you've been on this island, but besides this dragon problem, there's much worse. Whatever people I have here, that's the last remaining people of this island. Of course, there is a necromancer by the name of Malekith on the opposite end of the island, closer towards the center of the Three Isles. Him within the mystical tree has corrupted not only the Isles but this land. We tried stopping him, but he has quite powerful magics and is even able to reconstitute an undead dragon that he himself killed after obtaining this power. And not only that, but his daughter, and this is the cruel part, he killed his own daughter in order to empower herself to be his lackey after she constantly disobeyed him. He has been a cruel individual, and I do not wish to see my daughter being treated with such cruelty if worse comes to worse.
So you remember the last 50 years, correct? We've been cursed with amnesia, but it seems that you have wherewithal. Is that right?
Not just the last 50 years, but the last several hundreds years. It was a bit
So
more peaceful at one point, but since Malekith corrupted the great tree, he essentially tried to make himself a god. And, well, I guess he was successful in that regard, I suppose.
we were told once by a gnome who is now a ghost that we used to be allies with Malakath before he turned this way and into this path. And so I'm just wondering if you can help me fill in the gaps because I don't remember the last 50 years. Do you have any idea how we went from allies to enemies and what led him on this path?
From what I've known of Malekith, he himself was also in exile for practicing dark magics way before they. He is the reason why we implement that rule in the first place. He always see dark magic as a use for great, but no one believed him. Thus, he was exiled. Then the last thing I recall was some men being killed towards the other side of the island, and by the time me and some of the men got there, he had already corrupted the tree and made the dragon that once guarded that tree into an undead abomination, and has since slain almost every single elf on this island, despite instead of the ones remaining here. All the old towns are gone. The only thing left of this island, and well, the other islands that I'm aware of, is whoever's in this old keep now.
Thank you for the knowledge.
Hey, look. Go ahead. Serious?
Are your men able to help us? Are your men able to assault that dragon so we can take it down?
Unfortunately, it's more complicated than that. We've been trying to do it for the past several years. The only thing about an undead dragon is that it's hard to kill one. Not only that, but Malekith tends to bring it back whenever we get the chance. And, well, we try for
Yeah, but we're here now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're here now. I'm saying you guys could distract and we'll go finish Malekith.
Distract in what way? Getting the last of our elven society getting killed?
No, you guys are in a forest. You put a rope on my foot without me noticing. Can you not draw a dragon away and give us enough time to take on Malekith without him coming back?
You see, I'm not too sure how well versed dwarves are with dragons, but dragons at one point were animalistic, predictable. This dragon specifically is not predictable. It is clearly being manipulated and controlled by Malekith. We can't just simply let it to a trap and hopefully it works. We've done that already and we lost most men whenever we're doing that.
You guys come with us to assault Malakath then, if you agree that there's no point dealing with the dragon until Malakath is dealt with, and how about you join us on our mission?
The thing about it is this. If I didn't have enough men, if I had enough men who were able to fight, I would go with you. But now our numbers are slim. Despite me and the 10 men that have guided you here, there's only 10 additional more. 25, yes, but no one else here can fight. The young are too young to fight. The old are dreary. And the only people we have left remaining are people who can aid us as far as cooking, burning away the dead,
Right.
healing.
So you don't think 25 people is enough to stop Malakath and this dragon, but when the three of us say we're gonna do it, you're just like, fine, go ahead. Like, why aren't you telling us to stop then? Why?
That's what I've been trying to say. It's pointless
Okay.
to do it. Least of all, I don't want my daughter, who, by the way, I haven't seen in 200 years, possibly getting maimed by this Malekith or this dragon. You are adults. You may decide what you wish to do. But going up against Malekith will only lead to becoming more to his undead collection. I just don't want to hunt in the forest one day seeing Lavina as an undead corpse.
Well, I won't speak for her, but I'm done being a refugee. I'm done being afraid. If I can't stop this, then I won't be here to see the rest of it.
Father, over the last 200 years, I have seen unspeakable horrors. I have watched friends and friends of friends, be ripped away at a moment's notice. I have seen the depths of the depravity that have ravaged this land in all of my adventures. And while you don't wish to see me fall to the same fate as Mother and the rest of our people, I am prepared to face that. Knowing that you are alive and our people are here and strong. And I have these two. I have Tim and Dalvin who have had my back for as long as I can remember. I am ready to face Malekith in his depravity. And if you aren't willing to stand for our people and our home, then I will bear that burden for you, Father. And I promise that no matter what, you will not see me as an undead corpse.
He sighs for a brief moment. You could tell he's in thought. He then uses his corner post as leverage to lift himself back up. He says, "Follow me." And he leads you guys out of the private quarters. Do you follow?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
Lavina's helping her, like standing next to her father, like ready to
sure.
catch him. He seems unsteady.
Sure. Before he goes to the door, he then says, "Thanks, daughter, but I must show my strength." And he kind of, preps himself up a bit, stands up at a tall, proper order, grins the pain, opens the door. And he says, "Guards, assemble everyone in the center circle of the keep. I'm going to make an announcement." "Very well. How soon?" "Now." "Oh, very well, sir. I'll get as many people as I can." And he says, "Follow me." And he leads you guys to the center of the keep. And after a couple minutes, everyone in the keep gets into the center. And he says, "Listen, everyone. This elven woman with this dwarf and this orc, she is my daughter, Lavina, an exiled one." At this point, you hear crowds, "She's an exile? Why is she here? She shouldn't be here." That type of talk. He says, "Enough. The old ways have ceased to become anymore. These old practices have tainted our minds with ignorance of others. It has made us more separate than being together. It has intersected to the point where we're separated based off of what type of elf we are. And because of this, there is a megalomaniac of an elf that has wiped out most of our societies and has plagued a curse not only in these isles but in the lands outside of them. My daughter has traveled for 200 years witnessing the isles, beyond the isles, witnessing all the possible things that man, dwarf, giant, orc can do, but she's also seen the good in others as well. She has told me that she has the power necessary to be rid of this curse, to defeat Malekith along with his dragon and other undead abominations. I know I'm asking a lot, and I know I'm asking a lot of you in risk of the existence of our peoples. But I personally believe that if we join with them, then we will make a place, a society better, not just for elves, but for all of kinds of peoples within this world. Now, I know that some of you have stuck to tradition through many years that we should not trust exiles, and the exiles that should be just that, exiled, excommunicated. But this is what our exiles led to. The exile of Malekith has led us to this. Exiling Malekith was asking for the death sentence, and we are right up at the guillotine. But we're not gonna wait for the blade to come down on our necks. We're gonna plan to fight back. I ask those if you wish to join me to face off against Malekith to try to bring this world a better peace. Who's ready to join me? And one by one, several majority of the hunters, take arms and join them. And it seems that you guys have convinced Thurin that to join you on this plan of yours.
Thank you, Father. And she's going to kind of speak to the masses, those who had joined. 200 years ago, I left the Isles to seek help for our home. Our community, we had no healers left. Nobody to keep our land healthy and safe. And that journey and goal remains the same. Those of you who are fighting and those of you who are wishing to stay, I value your bravery. I honor it. The Kenya honor it. Our loved ones will be watching down on us as we fight this fight. No matter what, no matter if we come back or if we don't, we will never be alone. All of our loved ones, everybody who's been ravaged by this curse, they will always be there above us. May the stars guide our path in this fight tonight. Thank you. I will not lead you astray.
They cheer you on. And after a brief moments of cheering, you guys all meet up with Thurin along with some of his head advisors to go over this plan of yours. Now, for the sake of time, you guys can talk above table of what the exact plan is, and we'll go from there. Which I presume that the plan is to have Thurin and his men distract the dragon, and then while they're distracting, you guys just eventually go in, if I'm assuming correctly.
No, so Dalvin's breastplate is like cut up from the man slicer. That thing's pretty much inoperable at this point. So my plan is to find some armor from these guys, then 1v1 the dragon, and everyone else will go kill Malekith while I got the dragon distracted.
That's the
No,
most Dalvin
that is
answer ever.
not happening.
That's the plan.
I love you.
I don't know why I was
God.
expecting anything less.
1v1.
You're true to
That's
yourself.
what the audience wants. That is what the audience wants.
When they said be yourself, this is what they meant.
All right.
I don't want you to die, Dalvin. I think that's badass, but
I value the veracity of your claim, but no, we're fighting this. We're
You
doing
need
it
as
together.
many people to kill Malekith as possible. This is the easiest way to do it.
we need a plan beyond, and then we walk into his house and kill him. Like, regardless of how many people are gonna be on that team, and then we fight him is not a plan.
And then we fight. It's just we just go in guns a blazing.
Like, do we even know? Like, is he holed up somewhere, or is he this like teleporting nomad that's impossible to find? Does he have
During
any
these-
weaknesses?
During these discussions, Thurin does tell you that he is at the sacred tree, and he's been holding there ever since. They have been trying to draw him out, but he always seems to go back to that tree for whatever reason. For what reason, he doesn't know, but that's where he's been seeing him consistently. And the tree is more like a big structure where it's like a converted temple of some way, rather than
like
just...
the tree of life at Disney World. It's kind of like that, but make
I
it like a worshiping ground.
It's an insane idea, and you might say it's insane, and you might say no, we can't do this. But what if we set the tree on fire and draw him out?
Absolutely
Hear me
not.
out. The runes, you already have have the runes to save the tree. You know, like the tree's
But
not unsalvageable because we have the runes. So we could do a little more damage to the tree and still bring it back.
I don't think you
That's true. A
understand
wise
how the
man.
purification runes work. Once that shit's burned and scorched, you know what I mean? Like it's like charring the ground and saying fuck you to the earth. Like that's what that feels like to me.
I mean, do you want it as a one piece monument to death and destruction, or do you want it as a slightly shorter monument to life?
I mean,
Sometimes
isn't
things
this
got to
what
get
Sabbath for?
worse before they. That's what
Isn't
I'm
this what
saying, right?
Sabbath for?
We can set the tree
Can we
on
just get
fire
to
a
the middle of
little
the
bit.
tree? No. Get to the middle of the tree and then purify it to draw them out. Can't we do that?
Okay. I mean, as far as I know, yeah. Maybe he can just re-evilify it again. I don't really know.
Mm.
Like, if we purify it,
I
can he
mean,
just be like, boom, cursed again?
I don't know that answer.
Me neither.
But I mean, I'm cool with burning the entire thing down. Like I don't mind so. Like I remember a wise man once saying that in order to kill crazy people, you got to burn an entire forest. So I'll burn this
Hmm.
entire island if we have to.
I'm also okay with that, but I recognize that I am not nearly as connected to this place as any of the other people who are going on this trip, except for you and me. So, like, it's real easy for
I
me to
under,
say burn someone else's home
I
down.
understand that, but if we got to burn it to keep these people from going extinct, then that's
I
uh,
agree.
a cross I'm willing to carry.
I agree. I agree.
I would
So,
like to keep burning the tree as like a plan B. Like if
all right.
I
We'll
don't want
have the we'll
burning the
have the
I don't want
rangers.
burning the tree be the immediate go-to here. If we can avoid that, that would be
Okay,
great.
Okay.
The other
so
elves
then
do
we'll
not
have the
recommend doing
rangers.
that either. So.
Yeah, as soon as that comes out of your mouth, you just hear Lavina go, absolutely not.
So, if this tree is a temple, does it have any back doors?
um, according to the elves, they say that there's entryways. There's four ways to enter: front, back, side, side. The only issue is just actually getting there because there's a fucking dragon flying about along with some undead elves on top of that.
Okay, so we're not really in a time pressure. Could we mine? Could we go underground?
Dalvin just starts digging at the fucking earth with his hands, like making bricks out of all of it. Like
I mean, like, seriously, though, can we take a week and build a whole cave underground and get him that way?
There's not enough people that would be able to do that, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay. So it's. I really
Can
don't
we
want to
just
just
take a
have
week
10
so
people walk in the front door.
can we take a week so at least the Rangers are healed up, especially Lavina's dad?
I mean, most of them are healed up.
my dad's old as fuck, dude.
Yeah, Lavina's dad doesn't seem to put his own safety as priority number one. It seems.
Man, I know what that feels like.
Like this is a for the lack of a better term, an elves, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, okay, so what if, hear me out, 25 elves teleport to the other side of the front door and then open it for us?
I was gonna say is like if
Or it could be an
un-
elf showdown and me and Dalvin fight the dragon while you guys just teleport in there and do your thing. But again, do your thing is not a plan.
I think a good plan is to assemble this in waves. If we all go in at once, he knows Malekith would know that this is all of our fighting forces. So that being
Okay.
said, we have 25 elves, right? So we do it. We set it up in waves where maybe us three go first. We go alone, so Malekith thinks it's just us, and we have no harm or whatever the fuck. And we get as close as we can. And when shit starts really popping off, we have our archers on the high ground as we can get, and they're gonna fire arrows into the sky, hopefully aiming to distract the dragon, get it somewhere. We can have the non-archers in the tree line ready to come in and get any of the undead straggling that are around while us three focus on plowing our way in and getting to Malekith, even if it means you and Dalvin being absolute tanks and me teleporting as far as I can, as quick as I can, trying to get to the heart of this tree.
Okay, I think that's a good sketch. I have a couple questions. Is this tree temple big enough for the dragon to physically enter, or like would the
Probably large enough
doorways?
for it to perch on, if I had to guess.
Okay, because I'm wondering if maybe speed is the solution to the dragon. If because I mean, like, if 25 elves just teleport into the tree, and we know for a fact that the dragon's not gonna go attacking people inside the tree, then maybe the plan is just get in the tree before you die, and that's how we defend against the dragon. But I don't know if maybe Malakath doesn't really care about the tree, and he'll let the dragon tear the tree apart. I don't really understand his
They
relationship.
say the dragon is about 15 feet tall, roughly. It's not like a gargantuan sized dragon.
Okay.
Like it rests within the treetop. It does. They don't know whether they go inside the tree or not.
Okay.
But they do know that the dragon is seems to have some sort of intelligence, which is scary.
Can he be
We also have to
reasoned
deal with
with?
Malekith's daughter. Keep that in mind. We do have a third threat,
Yeah,
fourth
that
threat
Yeah,
to worry about.
so
yeah. So
he just like murdered her and then reanimated her immediately afterwards because he was sick of her shit. Is that right?
they don't like they say that
Yes.
they don't know why he killed his daughter, but they do know they
Okay.
killed his daughter, and now she's become powerful after being dead, to the point where like she's kind of a weird stalker type of individual that hunts in the night at times.
But so we don't know if she likes him or not. Like we don't know if she's kind of his thrall or maybe she doesn't like him and she wants revenge. We don't know.
And they say
Is that
that
right?
this happened recently. They said.
Oh. So I mean, my relationship with my father is if he murdered me, I wouldn't like him. But I don't understand elf culture.
Malekith did teach Lavina. She found him in her years, and he taught her the dark magic that she knows. Would she have met his daughter at any point in time? Does she know this woman?
You saw her as a child last time you did. Seems to be taking up some of her dad's practices the last time you recall.
Mm. She's a dangerous one. Definitely flighty. She's one of the few people I know who openly wields magic like her father, aside from myself. I say we go in with the assumption that this dragon is watching us. We have eyes on us from every angle. Malekith knows we're coming. I don't know if you guys forgot or not, but there was an eye on a desk, and he fucking sent people after us. There's no doubt in my mind that he knows we're here.
So I guess that's another question. Do you think he's tracking our every move, or do you think he only checks in on us every so often?
Out of the three of us, I'm the one who knows some of his secrets. If I had to guess, he's at least keeping tabs on us. Maybe not everything,
Because
but
right,
definitely.
if you think he can read our minds, or like he's got an eye in the sky that's always following us, then the best thing we can do is act randomly. If we don't know what we're doing, he doesn't know what we're doing. But if you think he's only checking in every so often, then we can actually make a regular plan and assume that he doesn't know it.
I say we sleep on it and then we go assault his temple tomorrow morning at dawn.
I I am down for that. I will go along with that. I just want to say again, assault at dawn is barely a plan.
Oh,
I wish, I guess what I'm really saying is, I wish we knew a secret weakness or had an entrance strategy. I wish we had some kind of tactics here, but we're against
I
an
know,
enemy
but
who knows our every move. We're screwed.
we don't know anything, and so we're going to adjust to anything. We'll be all right.
You're very wise, Dalvin. I've read so many books, and all the books I read, I just get so worried about everything I read, and And you managed to cut through all the bullshit and put it square. And I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, like I tried reading this one book. It was the fox in the hut, and at some point I said, "What is this? What's the point? Let me just go fight, because surviving's the only thing that matters. Like reading. Ugh.
So before
Well,
we
The Fox in the Hut is a masterpiece of children's literature, but I see what you're saying. I
You,
have a
before
signed
we
copy.
you wanted to do something, Lavina?
not just like this is Lavina talking to the boys. Like
Oh, okay.
before we depart for the evening. I mean, I do have something I want to go do, but that's beside this. Um, so
Why do you keep saying evening? We're going in the morning. Are you trying to
Ri-
leave while we're
hold,
asleep?
no, could just give me
Wow,
a
where have I
fucking
heard
moment?
that one before? Oh, wow.
Look, before we decide to rest for the night and gather our things and get our heads about us, are we go in waves and we're just gonna adjust accordingly? Is that like we
We
have to
need
have a general
signals.
I
layout? These
say
these soldiers need orders.
Yes.
yes.
So
I
I'm
say the
okay with
soldiers and us
adaptability.
assault. I say the soldiers and us assault the dragon as one force. While we're assaulting the dragon, if there's a chance to slip in to fight Malekith, whomever's there can take that chance.
I agree. I just
Ideally,
want to.
it would be the three of us. But, if, one of us is out there trying to finish the dragon, then we gotta
What we
split
need
up.
is
That's it.
signaling. A plan, an initial plan we need. But then if we're going to truly be adaptable, then we need to establish signals right now, whether they're bird calls or trumpet noises or drum beats, whatever. But we need to establish if you hear this sound, move in. If you hear this sound, move back. Like this sound means archers watch out. That sound means swordsmen move in. You know, as long as we have those kinds of signals and we can properly communicate with our allies on the outside and the inside, then we can truly be adaptable.
Why don't we just follow the Rangers' signals that they already do?
Yeah,
Perfect.
I would
Then
imagine elven fighters have a set like there because I feel that there is little to no wildlife anymore, and this is purely above table. Tyler, you can definitely like this is your story here.
Mhm.
I feel like it would have adapted from like animal sounds to like maybe like whistles or clicks, things that sound more like branches snapping
Yeah.
or
So like
undead walking
the
around.
signals are usually like you know more whistle signals and imitation of animals, but that's really only meant to like draw those animals for the specifically to hunt. But they do have whistle signals that they utilize for certain commands that they would know.
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna study up on those tonight.
Okay. All right. So just for clarification, your plan is to assault the tree in waves in order to draw the dragon out in order for you three to fight the dragon or and then I guess during the chaos try to go into the tree. Is that what I'm assuming here or something
We
different
are
of that kind?
assaulting the dragon with the Rangers,
Okay.
trying to draw him away from the temple.
Okay.
In the Bedlam, if there's a chance for any of us to slip through, whether it's an NPC or a PC, they'll take that chance, while the rest distract the dragon.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, between the three of us, Lavina, like her personal plan is she's got eyes for Malekith in the tree. She's gonna keep her boys alive the best that she can, but ultimately at the end of the day, her goal is to not fight that dragon and to get at the source of evil directly.
I get you. Alrighty, cool. So after several hours of planning, you guys agreed on the plan to go in waves, get the dragon's attention, draw the dragon out of the way, and you guys trying to slip in. You guys, they offer up some better equipment if you guys need it. Mainly medium armor, um, medium +1 armor, and +1 weapons for bows, arrows, short swords, a few long swords, a couple daggers, some no, they wouldn't have crossbows. They would only have bows. But you guys have access to that if you guys wish to change up your gear if you want to do that.
I will take the +1 medium armor.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
I don't think I can take any armor because then it'll slow me down.
This
So-
might be weird. Would they have a +1 falchion or a curved elven greatsword?
They have like centaurs and stuff like that, but not like of that type of weaponry. You get the feeling that these elves travel with light weapons for a purpose, probably to hunt better or for better mobility.
Got it.
And you're like, why the
Yeah,
fuck
just
do
wanna
they
check
not
that.
have heavy arms?
How fucking skinny we are, Delvin. I don't know why you're. Well,
I don't know.
that's so fair.
There's always an anomaly in a group, you know? Just
All right.
Look, Lavina goes down in one hit for a fucking reason. That's all I'm saying.
I know, but
so
you guys your dad's like 7 feet tall. Like I'm pretty sure you guys have like some 8 foot tall elf who's also like 200 pounds, which is a lot for you guys. Like you would have a great sword.
while we're complaining about elves, I just want to point out I'm spending a significantly larger portion of my lifespan than anyone else here. This is 5 minutes for you guys. To me, it's my whole life. You know, you guys live what 300, 500 years. You know, I got a good
I told you
100.
to go home to your wife. I told you to go home to your wife. Who could literally, I
Okay,
literally
you're right.
put
You're
that.
right.
Okay.
I'll
cut
shut
a
up.
hole.
You're right.
You son
I
of a
can't.
bitch. You
I
cut a
can't
hole.
complain. I chose this. You're right.
All right.
I'm sorry.
You guys gear up. You guys eat, and you guys rest up for the night.
Wait.
Yeah, you want to do something else?
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say if you guys want to do anything else before you rest.
I have a question as well, but you go first.
No, your question can go first. Mine's more of like a small moment.
Okay.
Oh, mine is strictly like a rules-based question. So I currently have a Morning Star, and you mentioned +1 short swords. I'll switch to the short sword, but what's the damage dice and what type of damage is it?
I'll get back to you as soon as I can with that.
All right.
But you wanted to do something, Lavina?
Yeah, Lavina didn't know that her mom had died. Like, she completely glossed over it in the effort to get in back to her home and address the issue with her father. But the moment like we break ranks and we all start separating for the night, well, like Tim does research, Dalvin probably sharpens his weapons and like I don't know, eats dirt and bulks up. Uh, Lavina's gonna kind of quietly slip away to her father's quarters and ask if they had buried her mother, and if so, where.
Okay. First off, to answer your question, Ethan, it's 1d6 plus your power, and then +1 because it's a +1.
Okay.
You go up to your father's quarters, as you can tell he's trying to rest up for the night. You knock on his door. He answers, and he goes, "Yes, daughter. You need. What can I do for you?"
Father, you said Mom had died.
That.
Did she die from this? Was she buried?
Come inside. And then he guides you inside. He closes the doors. He goes, "Yes, she died at the beginning of all this 50 years ago. She was tending to some of my wounds. And then when this happened, she tried to tend to many others. She was, and you can tell he's getting kind of emotional a bit. She always wanted to help those that she could heal. And one day she tried to heal a family member. I forget which at this point, but I asked to be her to at least have some have some company to aid her, but she insisted that she was just going to be back real quick, and she never came back. And when I try to locate her, I just see her. He pauses for a sec. All I can see her is walking around with the other undead. I was shocked at first, but I knew I had to lay her down to rest. At least know that her soul would be one with the Kenya. And, well, I'm assuming you could point, could figure the rest out. You're a smart girl, but we, and we buried her in elven customs as we burned her body. It was knowledge at this point that the longer you keep the body, the more likely the undead would rise. So we did it with customs to the best of our abilities, and then we burned the body. I only hope that she is with the Kenyan now.
She is, Father. We may not be able to see them, but I know they are there. I met a friend along the way, trying to find my way home to you. He worshipped the sun. And the moon reflected its light, and I often looked to it for guidance, seeing the Kenya in its grace. Mother is up there. I can feel her. Without her grace and her knowledge, I wouldn't have been able to make it back. At least not without some help. Even though I've been exiled and dead in the eyes of the elven kind for so long, I could always feel their grace and their gazes watching me. The stars guided my path, and she is one of those stars. I promise I will not let either of you down.
He then says, then let us pray to the Kinga and pray that they might guide us to victory tomorrow.
I think...
Go ahead.
Oops, sorry. I think usually Lavina would sleep wherever Tim and Dalvin are, but this night she's gonna pray with her father and stay by his bedside.
Okay. You do so. Dalvin, I received your message. Are you sure you want to go about doing that?
Yeah, Dalvin's gonna wait for Tim to fall asleep, and then Dalvin's gonna kind of take a stroll and kind of scout out this dragon while everyone's sleeping.
I knew it. I knew before you spoke
God damn it.
that Tyler was talking about Dalvin sneaking off in the middle of the night to fight the dragon, but I didn't say anything. I waited for Dalvin to say what he was doing.
Okay, so just go ahead and make a general agility check.
Oh, wait, find my dice.
Oh boy, anticipation. While you get your dice, Tim, what are you doing?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay. I'll get back to you in a second. Tim, what are you doing during this time? This is before Dalvin leaves, of course.
I don't know. Dalvin's about to leave, so I'm trying to study up. I don't like the plan. I feel like we don't have enough of a plan. I know that we have enough of a plan for the group to act, but personally, I don't feel comfortable with just and then we attack. I don't like the uncertainty of the situation. I don't like not knowing. So, I mean, I lost all my books when the cart fell in the river, but I'm just trying to ask around, figure out what I can about this place, what I can expect. As much information as I can get, the better.
Gotcha. During your quest of knowledge, I shall say, you're able to get the feeling that as far as the plan, you're right about your assumptions of the plan. That's not an issue. But talking with the others, you can tell that, number one, they're definitely skilled archers and hunters. So as far as their ability to act, that's not out of the question. They're able to do so. As far as you can tell from engaging with the conversation of them, you get the feeling that, for those who attempted to, that they actually tried to attempt to go after Malekith in the past and along with the dragon, but it's in an old city that has been leveled off, that is now just filled with undead elven zombies, and now that they are able to teleport. That, and according to their encounters with the dragon breathes some um, necrotic like type of fire breath of some sort, and is very calculated in the way that it does it. That's being able to tear limb from limb with a given instance. You could tell from experience and, well, what you could recall about dragons, that this thing is deadly. You know that dragons are initially like animalistic, but a smart dragon, especially one controlled by someone as powerful as Malekith, ooh, that's gonna be probably the biggest hurdle, other than maybe Malekith himself being a known spellcaster of necrotic magics, and who knows what his daughter is capable of either. That is what you are able to gather up conversing with basically anyone who is able to aid you in tomorrow's quest. Dalvin,
All right.
go ahead, Ethan. You said something?
Oh, I was just gonna say, with the time I have left, I'm gonna to write a short story about a universe where zombie dragons can be reasoned with, and if you talk to them nicely and give them enough sugar cubes, they won't attack you.
Okay.
But I am aware that this is fiction as I'm writing it.
Gotcha. All right, Dalvin. What you roll on your agility check?
30-20.
Okay, that's pretty good. You needed a 20 to succeed. Um, you're able to sneak your way out of camp, especially with Lavina being preoccupied with catching up with her father, and Tim not only gathering more intelligence but also you purposely leaving as soon as he rests. You're able to sneak off.
Yeah, I'm imagining the montage from Mulan as I'm leaving.
Yes. You light up a torch because it's very dark. As you get closer and closer to this opposite destination, it takes you several hours to get there. As you do, you see at the outskirts that what was once you presumed to be a Elvis city is now just leveled out, and the only thing that really stands there is this really tall tree. Still has some like sick greenery type of colors. Well, you can't even see the colors, so scratch that. But you notice like a large presence of undead of the elven variety. You do not see the dragon, but you see green, like magical lights coming out from the tree itself.
All right, can I put out the torch?
You can, but the only thing you would be visible of seeing is like that faint glow of magic. You wouldn't be able to see anything else.
Am I able to relight the torch if I put it out?
You could, but based on the condition of the torch, you may be able to only relight it once.
Well, as long as I'm able to relight it once. You said how many undead are there?
There's a lot. There's at least what you could count, at least 15 or more.
15 for 25.
Kind of like a small horde,
Okay.
kind of to picture it.
Okay. So a small horde plus a dragon to get inside. And they haven't noticed me, right?
Not yet.
Alright. Dalvin's gonna back out. Dalvin would like to travel back towards the camp for about 30 minutes and then dig a hole and fall asleep.
So you're going to traverse back towards the camp 30 minutes away from the area, dig a hole and sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much trying to camouflage myself.
Go ahead
But
and
I
make
will
it.
dig a hole and sleep.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
I play with life here. That is a 1.
Ooh, would you like to use the fate
I
die?
wonder if I should fate die then.
You
Is
should.
this a fate die worthy?
I'll let
Alright,
you
if the
now.
DM says
It
I
is definitely
should.
worthy of the fate die. You are all alone in the
Thank
dark.
you.
So
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's better. That's a 16.
okay. The DC was a 15.
No, I was like, is this worthy of a fate? You're like, yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, you wake up just to see a dwarven corpse ahead of you. But you are able to find a secure enough place to where you can rest for the night. You dig yourself up a hole, and you just sit there, lying near a tree, thinking, "I'm gonna be the first orc to slay that fucking dragon." You guys could take your final rest for the campaign. regaining hit die, regaining spell points. It's the next day, and everyone's gearing up, equivalent to sunrise. The sky is brightening up a bit. Lavina, Tim, you look around. You don't see Dalvin anywhere.
We have got to stop doing this to each other. Did he tell you anything? I know you guys are in your own little secret don't tell Tim stuff club.
I, Tim, I haven't been around all night. I was with my father, though I am deeply unsurprised.
Fuck. Okay, if you don't know shit about this, then we got a problem. I don't think he was joking about 1v1ing that dragon earlier.
Dalvin is Dalvin, but I don't think he's he's very headstrong. He's a very headstrong man, and when he decides to do something, he's gonna do it. But I don't think Dalvin would be fucking dumb enough to actually 1v1 a dragon without at least some backup. Okay, he at least thinks things through that much. Because even when he was suggesting it earlier, his plan involved everybody else.
I think when he's talking to himself, he doesn't say it would be dumb to fight a dragon alone. I think he says to himself, it would be brave to fight a dragon alone. But I don't know. If you think he's fine, then we don't gotta worry about him. But
I mean, I'm worried. Don't get me wrong, but I also don't think that he would start this fight without at least somebody else being there, at the
You're
very
right.
least.
I mean, he championed the plan. He was part of the plan, and so he should be sticking to it. I think if there's anything we know about Dalvin, it's that he commits, you know?
All right. You guys gear up, and do you guys go forward? Dalvin, you have some time before, like, you wake up on your own, and you're 30 minutes away from the area that you guys are going to raid, but you know it's going to take some time for the rest of the group to get to you. What do you do in this time?
I don't know. Has the dragon coming back? You said the dragon was there when I got there. Have I seen the dragon like fly overhead at any point?
You have not.
Man, I haven't heard anything.
Nope.
I think
Just
I
the
feel like
groans of the
I would be
undead.
close enough. You know, guess I'm just, it's the first time in a long time Dalvin's ever just, woken up and just sat there in silence of nature for a bit, even though it's sort of necrotic. So just gonna kind of take 15 minutes and just kind of soak it all in, and then kind of get ready and then walk as slowly as possible so everyone else catches up. Just kind of soaking up, maybe one of his last days on Earth.
Sure. You're soaking it in.
He had his hands like on some like wheat barley as he's walking by.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm gonna get poisoned from this barley I just made up.
Oh, it's not that. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, that is a 17.
Okay, cool. As you're touching the barley, walking slowly, on purpose to wait for the rest of your comrades, you hear the flapping of wings hovering above you. You look up instinctively thinking this is the dragon. But scarily enough, you don't see any silhouettes of a dragon, but you do hear the flapping of wings above you. What do you do?
Am I small enough to duck into this little barley I made up?
Would you like to try to hide?
Yes.
Make an agility check.
I feel like I should get advantage, but alright. 17.
17. You quickly hide in the barley. Let me roll here. Okay. The dice commandeth, the dice shall do it then. I rolled a 17 on my dice, my friend. So here's what happens. You hide in this.
Boogie woogie.
You hide in this barley. You're like, oh shit, and you're kind of looking around, like, where's this dragon? Where's this dragon? You turn around to see what this dragon looks like. You see coming out from the high tree line, what this dragon looks like. It's about 15 feet tall, as far as height is concerned. The scales are blackened from age. Whatever this original color of this beast was is now faded to time. You see that there are parts where there's just flesh hanging out. There's some parts where it's just bone. It is glowing with this weird sickly green type of coloration all around it, along with its wings being just barely together, but still managed to stay together enough to where this thing can maintain the ability to fly. You see its wicked claws. You see the terrifying face of this creature, mostly skeletal, with glowing green eyes, with horns protruding from the front, and it speaks to you in the voice of Malekith, and it says, well, well, the dwarf has come to die by himself. Wonder how your allies will hear once they see their dead dwarf friend becoming one of us. And that's where we're going to take a quick break. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes, so stay tuned. And we are back. We'll put the cast's audio on. They should be on. Can y'all speak?
Yep.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Alright, good.
Woof,
Cool,
woof.
cool. I see him. Alrighty. Let's get into combat. Dalvin, go ahead and roll initiative for me, please. I'm gonna roll for this dragon. I rolled pretty good.
Holy shoot, man, that's a 16.
I rolled an 18, unfortunately. It gets to act first. It will leap out from the tree line and will hit you with 2 rend attacks. One of them is cocked. Okay. What's your evasion score?
13.
Okay, so I hit you with a 25, and I then hit you with an 18.
Why are we asking? Why are we
I just
asking?
wanted to make sure. You take a grand total of 18 points of damage for both of those rend attacks as it begins to claw at your flesh and blood is start to spew from you.
I will use an armor point.
Sure.
Or can I use 2? Yes, I can.
Yeah.
I will use 2 armor points for this one.
All right. Cool. To reduce some of the damage, that immediate armor coming into play as it took a brunt of some of the damage to it. In the distance, Lavina, Tim, you are walking with a large batch of the troop, and you hear the screams, well, like the act of combat going on in the distance. You hear a dragon's roar for a brief moment, and then sounds of what seems like to be
Dalvin's roar.
and what seems like to be Dalvin engaging in something in the distance.
I knew he was gonna do this. All right, let's go save him.
All right. Dalvin, what do you do?
Could I climb on the dragon?
You could certainly try.
Oh God.
You could certainly try to do so. It will cost you your
What?
action.
What?
Go ahead and make a power contest against this dragon. If you succeed, you will be able to climb upon him. We'll say this will take your movement action.
With advantage, because I'm so small?
No, just a regular check.
It's like Shadow of Colossus. Like, you can
All
barely...
right, what's your roll?
Plus 5, 24. That's a 19 on the die.
24. Cool. I only rolled a 15. You're able to spend your movement action climbing on this dragon. What would you like to do now?
Well, that's my action, so I cannot attack.
I'll say that'll take up your movement action because you're moving to get to the dragon. I'll say.
Oh, yeah. I would like to attack its wings. I don't know if I could climb up that high, but
You're able
I would
to.
just like to.
I would say you'll be able to.
I like to take a pickaxe to its wings.
All right, make your attack.
Feel like I should get advantage. Shadow Colossus rules. 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Okay. And second attack, 18 on the die, 23. So those
23
both
hits. They both hit. Yep. Go ahead and roll damage, kind sir.
8 plus 5, 13. First attack. 4 plus 5, 9.
So how much in total?
13 plus 9 is 22 points.
22 points of good damage. All right. You
And I
climb
want
up.
to say my pickaxe does dig into it in case it starts flying away.
Sure, I'll allow it. So you hit your pickaxe against this dragon twice, trying to pierce the wings, try to at least hinder its movement of flying. It doesn't deal enough damage to disable it, but at this point, it's reacting to it in pain, and you are hanging it with the end of your pickaxe. Tim, Lavina, by the time you get there with your troop, you see Dalvin's engaging with this dragon. He is on top of it. What do you two do?
God
Well, I
fucking
have
damn
to
it.
help him, but I don't know how. So, does it look like Dalvin has tried conversation?
No.
Like,
He's
did I?
clearly
Okay.
fighting this dragon solo.
Well, I can't let you do that, buddy. Okay, I gotta move in. I don't think I have the reach to move in and attack though. Oh, actually, I do. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna run in. He's in the tree, or the dragon's
He's
on
on
the
the ground
ground.
currently.
Okay, then I'll just run up and bash him.
All right, make your attack roll, my friend.
24.
That
It
hits.
was a 19. I got multi attack, so I'll roll again.
Yep.
So 17 also hits.
17 also hits. So go ahead and roll damage. Would you
Okay.
like to add some of your what is it?
Burst
called?
dice.
Burst dice.
I think that's wise. Yes.
For both
so
attacks
for
or
the
just
fir-
one of them?
I'm gonna do just one to start.
Okay.
I want to kind of save him. So, the first attack is 6 damage total. That's including burst dice.
Okay.
Rolled pretty bad. And then the second attack is 7 damage.
All right. You seeing Dalvin on top of this dragon, you quickly rush in and smack this dragon with your short sword or Morningstar.
We switched out.
Oh,
his
the
sword
Morning
for
Star.
him.
Morning
Or
Star?
sorry, the sword.
The short sword, yeah. You cut some of the flesh off of this undead creature, and with the burst dice, this glowing of radiant energy, you are cutting into this dragon, dealing some damage. Lavina, what are you doing?
Man, God fucking damn it, Dalvin. I'm gonna use a radiant beam dragon.
All right, make your is it an attack roll, I presume?
Yeah, it's a ranged attack within 2 and 20 spaces, and it's for sure within that 20 spaces.
Definitely. Go ahead and make your attack.
Let me double check. 2 plus 3. Oh yeah, now I have owlbear. I can do this now.
Yep. Now you can roll right then and there. Boom.
Yay! Dirty 20.
That succeeds. Roll your damage, and I'm assuming it's going to be
Nice.
a lot of damage.
Gonna be 2d12s
Mm-hmm.
for 9.
Hey.
But it's radiant damage and it's undead, so like.
Yeah.
or-
Oh yeah. It's undead. All right. All right. You deal some
Oh.
significant damage to this dragon. The
It's
radiant.
blind with a round, by the way. Sorry.
Okay, good to know. Yeah. So you blind this dragon as it is blinded by your radiant beam shooting from your staff, causing it to burst a bit, and it seems to be greatly effective against this dragon. Here's blinded. Boom. All right. So with that being said, the archers are going to take advantage and will take aim at the target, which they get advantage. They crit, baby. All right. So the rangers, seeing the significance of this, shoot all their bows at it, taking full advantage of you blinding them, and arrows are going through this creature, and it is not looking too hot. I would say it is bloody because they have hit a lot of critical impacts, even affecting the flying speed of this creature. It doesn't look like it's gonna fly anytime soon. They really lucked out on that crit. But now it's the dragon's go. It's blinded until when exactly? How long?
There's 1 combat round. Let me hold on. And it blinded for 1 round of combat.
All right. So
So I guess until my turn? Question mark.
I'll say so, yeah. So in reaction, it's blind. It can't fly. It's gonna attempt to blind breath attack on it. Well, let me roll to see which direction it goes in. I gotta roll a d8. So for cardinal directions, d8 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You do not want a 6 or a 5 on this d8. Otherwise, either Tim will get hit with this, or Lavina and her troop will get hit by this. So I'm going to roll Albert Rodeo for dramatic effect. Ready? Here we go. I rolled an 8. It breathes out And just to give you guys some scale here. Oh, my scale isn't available right now. Oh well. Draw. Ah, here it is. So, just for scale, that's the range of it. So, it breathes out this necrotic energy towards opposite end as it reacts to it being blinded, and you just see all these trees just wilt and die away. You are guys are thinking, holy shit, it's a good thing you guys did not get hit by that. But now, Dalvin, it is now your go. This creature seems to be going down, taking a lot of hits from these rangers, taking advantage of it being blinded. What do you do?
I'm going to hit as soon as it like calms down and I like am able to get a footing and balance. I'm going to take my pickaxe out and then hit again.
All right, make an attack roll.
I keep forgetting my weapon's a +1. I keep forgetting to add that to my modifiers.
It's all good.
16 hit.
16 just hits.
Let's use these digital dice. Ooh, 8 does not. Definitely does not.
Oof. You do have a second attack, though.
It's alright.
Damage is better than no damage.
Exactly. 10 points damage.
10 points of damage. All right. And you already did your second attack?
Yeah, my second attack was an 8.
Gotcha. All right. As you pull out from your pickaxe, it instinctively tries to wiggle you off, making your first attack miss. However, you are able to replant yourself back on top of this creature with the second attack, dealing some damage to it and keeping your pickaxe on the back of this dragon. Do you want to move from it or no?
No, I'm staying on this dragon's back, no matter what.
Alrighty. Tim, Lavina, it's your guys' go. What do you two do?
Tim, you better go before this thing can see again.
I'm gonna get on it.
God damn it, you two!
Go ahead.
You both realize if it starts flying and y'all fall off, y'all are fucked.
Go ahead and make a power check. I'll roll at disadvantage because actually you roll with advantage because it can't see you. So go ahead and make a power contest.
First one's a 14, second one's an 18.
What's the second one?
18.
18. All right. So I do not roll well, and you are able to take advantage of it being blinded, and now you're on this creature's back with Dalvin.
I'm not leaving you!
It's a good morning to hunt dragon, don't you think?
Amen! Do I still get an attack, or is that my whole turn?
Yeah, you can get an attack. We already established that. It'll take your movement action.
Yeah. All right. First one's a 23. Second one's a 7.
The 23 hits.
I will use a burst dice.
All right.
I rolled 2 7s, so that's 14 damage.
Nice. You smack it. Boom. You hear bones crack. You feel that this dragon is getting weaker and weaker. You feel like a few good hits could take it down. You try to hit it with your second attack, but once again, it instinctively tries to wiggle you off, causing your attack to miss. However, you still manage to maintain on its back. Lavina, it's no longer going to be blinded after this round. What do you do?
Man, oh man, oh man. Well, shit balls. I think I'm gonna use, to give the boys advantage, I'm gonna cast empowerment on both of them.
Ooh, all right.
Which, for a reminder, you guys get to add a D4 to all of your D20 rolls.
Thank you.
Yup.
All right. There's no blessed tokens, so I'll just put hasted tokens. So yeah, you empower your allies. Hopefully with this, they should be able to defeat the dragon. The dragon's bright eyes now turn from this white blinding color to now back to its sickly green color, and it is looking at you guys with rage. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, we'll pretend. All right.
Oh, the archer's gotta go.
Oh, I know. The archers do
I
get
was like,
to go.
don't you worry.
I'm just trying to fix whatever's
Let's
going on
have
here.
the dragon just start attacking.
All right, the archers will then get to go. They do not get advantage on this roll this time. They do hit, dealing some damage to the dragon. And with that, the archers, who once lost many of their men to this dragon, launch their arrows with all their mights, taking advantage of you guys weakening it and just filling this dragon with arrows. And before it collapses, it collapses to the ground, but it lifts its short head up and looks at you, Lavina, with a distinct laugh, says, I shall see you soon, my student. And then the eyes of this dragon begin to fade away as it is collapsed, dead.
Lena's immediately gonna run up and just be like, Dalvin, are you okay? Holy fucking shit, dude! Why the fuck would you do that?
I have never felt so alive in my whole fucking life. Yeah! What a way to wake up. What? Ooh, I'm so pumped. Let's assault this castle. And Dalvin starts running.
Funnily enough, some of the rangers follow you and they're like, we just took down the dragon. We can do this. Let's do this. And then some of the troops follow you, Dalvin, to battle.
As Dalvin's running, Lavina, because like my empowerment, I'm just gonna maintain concentration on it even between rounds. Because like I use those spell slots, goddammit. I'm gonna hold on to them.
Yeah.
So like the whole time Dalvin's running, Lavina's like, wait, you have to stay within eyesight. I
All right. Tim, how do you react to all this?
I have short legs. Like, you're like 6'7". Catch up.
Like, the dragon talking only furthers my evidence that this thing was a human being, but also, like, I'm torn between, was that the actual dragon talking to me, or is Malakath just so strangled on this thing that he can talk through it? And so I'm not as gung ho as Dalvin is.
We should burn it before
I'm a little conflicted. But you're right. I don't got time to be conflicted. I got time to move and save my skin.
We should burn the body. We don't want to bring that dragon back. We need to burn it.
All right.
Yeah, I can cast flamethrower real quick if that'll burn it.
Yeah, you'll burn it with flamethrower. That's not an issue. So as and I'm just gonna select a multiple here. Am I able to do this? Hold on, let me see if I'm able to. Okay, I'm not able to do
should
this.
be like a shift
Tried
click.
talking to Malakath about our feelings.
Alright, so you guys minus the dragon. Okay, I don't know. You guys all traverse. I'm not gonna try to do this. You quickly burn the body of the dragon before catching up to him. As you guys, now filled with adrenaline and this confidence of slaying this dragon, now try to go to face Malkith. And this is where I changed the maps on you. This is where I changed the maps on you guys.
Yeah, when I tell you I logged in and I saw this shit, I was like, oop, I don't need to be seeing that. And immediately closed it out.
Yeah, so this is an impromptu map I found. Credited to DR Map Z0, who the original maker of this map. Want to give credit. Let me just put your guys' tokens on the board. Put the rangers here.
Blue would have loved this fight.
Blue is the real victim of this.
If not,
Yeah, right.
Tangy.
Man.
Like, I mean, Tangy, at least in some respects, signed up for all of this, whereas
That's
Blue
true.
never had
Blue
any.
never-
Blue was just an innocent bystander, really, in all of this.
Angie would
Well,
never
she-
let me go off by myself at all.
That's true. In some sense,
And
like if Tangy were here, maybe you wouldn't be slaying dragons. You know.
what do you think it would be? Oh, what is this?
I think Tangy would try to talk you out of climbing on dragons.
Okay.
No, I mean, like he can't. It was smart. His breath weapon can't hit me if I'm on his back. He can't. He's
All right.
not going to spray the mist in the air and have a. It's not water.
All
Like,
right. Let me
no.
describe what's happening here. You see this tree here. Despite what the art says, it is all decay and death. You see this tree glowing with green magic. There's a rock face that leads to it. There's a bunch of undead elven zombies approaching. As you guys all approach this, all the elves' eyes glow green, and they all simultaneously look at you and your troop. And they all say in unison, "Welcome. See if you can pass my wall." And then at that point, you just hear the zombies screech, and it seems like all of them are going towards you. You hear the archer says, "We'll cover you. Just try to get through as best you can." All right. So with that being said, what do you guys do? Go. All these
I'm
things are
moving
charging at you.
Yep, I'm
How
moving
many
off.
do they count for?
Huh?
How many does each of these icons account for?
These are like groups of 10, we'll say.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 zombies? Holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah. That was a mastermind
Only 15 last night. What the?
that you saw.
Where'd they come from? I was just.
That you saw.
Flamethrower first, ask questions later.
All right, let me make that roll real quick. I will fail it.
Back Tim up for this one.
Don't even roll damage.
Good.
You burn most of these zombies. Some of them go down. Dalvin, Lavina, what are you guys doing?
I'm maintaining my empowerment. I got eyes on these boys with the goal of getting to that fucking tree.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna let them
Dalvin, what
clear
are
the
you
path.
doing?
I'm going to stand in front of Tim and then hold an action to attack if any of these hordes get close.
All right, cool. The archers will shoot their bows. Some of them hit, some of them miss, taking very few amounts size-wise of these hordes. This horde's going to go up to Dalvin, make you just one single attack roll.
Just one roll?
Yeah, just one roll.
Ooh, 8.
8 just hits. You are plowing through this group of zombie hordes. Tim burned them down. Some of the archers got them down. You're just whacking with your pickaxe left and right, demolishing most of the size of this horde, leaving only to a few. The remainder of these zombies, some of them teleport closer, but most of them are just gonna move towards you guys. What are the three of you doing? The archers do say, "Just go. Just try to make it to as best as you can. We'll hold them off."
Yeah, is there a straight line towards the tree?
There's this rock cliff face that leads up to the tree, and there's obviously the paths in between the hordes.
Okay, so Dalvin's going to dash. Dalvin, that's 40 there, and 20 there.
Right.
Did I do that?
Yeah, if you want to spend your whole turn, you could definitely try to do that.
Yep,
All right,
that is what I'll do.
cool. Lavina, Tim, what do you two do?
I'm fucking hauling ass after him. Like,
Dashing as well?
I'm gonna, yeah, I think, what is it? I can move 3 spaces, so that'd be 6, so. 4, 5, 6. And then it's about
Aim.
30.
All right. So you will lose concentration on empowerment if you do this, if you decide to dash.
If I. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck it. I'm gonna run my my little 15 feet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm gonna teleport because we agreed that doesn't break anything. I think beforehand.
Yeah, so you can use your action to dash and then move to teleport. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Now, I'm not dashing. I move 15 feet, and then I can teleport to 6 spaces within a space I could see. So I still am holding my empowerment, and I'm gonna appear right here.
No, that's not how it works. So
What?
you could use your movement action to teleport within 5 spaces. You could only add additional if you spend your action to dash.
No, I'm maintaining that empowerment.
Okay.
So I guess
I just want to
from
make sure.
here. Yep. Nope. From here, so 30 feet's about 6 spaces. Great.
Yep. Yeah, so you can still
There.
teleport. That's not an issue.
Yeah. I'm gonna use one of my teleports to.
Cool. Alrighty. And then, Tim, you already made your movement?
Yep, yeah, it was just a dash.
Just a dash? Okay, cool. Alright, the archers get to go. Let's see how good they are this time. Oh, they did not do good, unfortunately. They're able to take down very small numbers of them once more. They're able to finish off this horde, but other than that, they only slightly shrink the rest of them. They all then try to move up to try to assist you guys in the back line. But at this point, as soon as I'm done shrinking most of them. Okay. So this group is going to spend its entire turn getting up to Dalvin. This one's going to go up. We're going to make an attack roll for some of them. I did not roll well against you, Dalvin. I rolled a 2. So you see this group coming towards you, and you just are able to dodge and bob and weave from behind. The one closest to you, Tim and Levina, they're going to make attacks. Oh, drop my dice on the floor. I got another one. It's fine. Does a 10 hit any of you? I'm assuming not.
No.
No? Alright, so these are closing in. However, you guys are able to dodge and weave out of them. This horde's going to attack the group of archers. They do not roll well once again. They try to slam at them, but most of the archers are blocking. These guys are just going to spend their turn getting closer to you guys. The turn is now shifted to you. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna run again. I'm not gonna stay in the middle of this.
Yeah, Dalvin's going to. If they don't get to where he is by this turn, he'll just swing on the zombies in front of him. Otherwise, if they're able to get towards a tree with him, he'll make a dash from the tree.
Okay. Lavina, what are you doing during your turn then in that case?
I'm gonna
I guess I can
teleport my happy ass right here on top of these rocks.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
You still
Stay
maintain
with the-
concentration?
Yup.
Alright.
As long as they need that D4, I'm fucking holding it. I'm not wasting those 2 spell slots.
Alright. Dalvin, would you like to change your course of action? Or would you still want to attack?
No, I'm going to attack because I think that's as far as Tim is going. So
Okay. Go ahead and make
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead and make one attack roll then.
I'll use my empowerment. Because why not? Boom, 26.
Alright. As Tim is closing, you see some of the hordes are trying to reach out to him. However, you jump in the way and you start to take heads off these zombies with your pickaxe, lowering down the number of these hordes a bit nearby, so that way Tim can get past. These two groups of rangers are gonna make melee attacks against the hordes in front of them. They do make attacks, mowing some of the numbers down. And then the one in the middle is gonna try to attack the group near you guys. And they rolled pretty well, so they reduced their numbers greatly. Zombies then get to go now. This group will spend its turn getting up. This group will spend its turn try to get forward to the group. These 2 zombies are going to try to attack the rangers. They are unsuccessful in doing so. This group is going to also spend its turn trying to get to the rangers. And it is now to you guys. What do you guys do?
Get up there.
Yes.
All right, cool. As you get up there, the zombies try to go up to you guys. However, they're unable to climb towards this rocky surface. The rangers see you guys do this, and they say, "We have to retreat, but get that bastard Malekith. We'll come back for you guys." As these guys, the remaining group is trying to run and putting their hopes into you three to try to solve this world-ending issue and try to stop Malekith. And this is where I go to the final map of the evening.
Wow.
Okay, the final map of the game. We're in it, boys!
You guys would be right here.
Got his daughter? Jesus Christ. She is looking rough.
Well, her mom
See,
thinks she's beautiful.
almost like this entire arena was meant for 2v2. Almost like someone should have stayed home with their wife.
All right. As you
I
go,
can't.
as you go into the tree, you see that this tree is, well, what was once this solid temple has now remained in rest. There's a lot of glowing magic throughout this circular tree. There's a lot of corpses of what seems like to be adventurers past, some along with some elves as well. You see the man that has caused all this Malekith straight in the center, in front of this magic ritual. Seems like to be engaging with what seems like to be whatever this thing now is considered his daughter. And he says, "Well, well, well. It's nice to see you once again, Levina. But like the dead before you, you will just simply join the graveyard. It is pointless to prevent this. My effects have already affected the world. Whatever solace, revenge you have will only go to waste. I cannot wait to take your undead corpse and see your father look at you as I will raid his keep after I am done with you. You have wasted your lives trying to save the world, only to be brought by my hand." And at this point, he raises his hand and he spreads this necrotic energy towards these corpses and begins to animate dead them. Roll initiative.
12.
6.
And all these pretty
11.
words, only for them
Jesus.
to die with him.
12, 6, and who has
11.
yet to roll? 11. All right, so you want me to roll for Malekith, the daughter, or the corpses? Which one would you like to roll for them first?
Malekith.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
kind of want to see where Boss Man falls in the
He
fighting
rolled a
order.
2.
Good.
His daughter rolled a 7. The corpses
Good.
rolled an 11, so they'll go immediately after you guys. And then I'm going to roll this for something else. Okay. Alrighty. You guys get to act first. What do you guys do?
First.
Let me roll. I forgot to roll this d4. Okay. Continue.
I utter obscenities under my breath.
Is this water over here?
It is
Magic.
Is it like a pool or is it like a moat?
a moat.
How deep is this moat?
You aren't sure.
Okay, Davin wants to run up and then Spartan kick this little zombie into this moat.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Am I still empowered?
Yes.
Sure fucking are.
12.
12 hits. You kick the zombie into the pool of water, and he starts to sink.
I don't think I have enough movement to get to the other one. You don't have another. Let's see. Let's be 15. So yeah, I'll just move down this way
All right.
and make. And that's all I got.
Alrighty. Cool.
I'm dashing.
You dashing? All right, you dash.
Yep.
Lavina, you move. Are you going to remain concentration?
Moving, trying to maintain pace with the boys, and I'm holding my concentration.
Cool. This zombie will use its movement action to teleport in front of you, Dalvin. And will then hit you with an attack. I rolled with a 22 to hit.
Fuck.
You will take 5. You'll take 4 bludgeoning damage from his slam attack. And this corpse is just gonna spend its turn just getting to you guys, dashing. It is now Malekith's daughter's turn, Melina. Malekith turns to Melina and says, "How about you put yourself to good use? You already failed killing them. Kill them, and I'll ensure that you'll actually have some intelligence like me." And then you just hear a weird echoing from Melina saying, "Yes, father." And at a quickened pace, we'll just dash up to you guys. And we'll get up to about just here with their full movement. It is now Malekith's go. He will move right up to this bridge. He will then say to you, Lavina, "All those years teaching you the magics. The only issue is that I haven't teach you all of my tricks." He'll then point his finger at you, and he'll use his deathly shot. It is an attack roll, so I'll roll a d20. I'm assuming the 16 on the dice hits you.
It's a meets it, beats it. My evasion is
Oof.
16.
All right, I do a d20's worth of damage.
Cool.
I do 16 damage.
Cool.
You still up?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. He points his finger at you, and a green beam shoots out from it. This hits you right in the stomach, and you feel that you're on the verge of near death. However, your new vitality from your past experiences has this time keep you aloft. I do need you to make a concentration check, however. The DC is a 16.
Just like a straight 20 then, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 18.
All right. You manage to still remain concentration on empowerment as you are able to recoil yourself and recover from this deadly attack. You guys then hear on the opposite side of the tree some loud banging going on the upper area of the tree. It is now your guys' go.
Safe to say, I'm gonna maintain concentration and keep up with the boys, but the moment I kind of recover my stance, Lavina, despite maintaining concentration, is gonna lock eyes with Malekith and going, "Despite you teaching me, despite not knowing all of your tricks, you don't know everything about me either. I'm stronger than you think, Malekith. You're not ready for this fight."
Okay. Very well. Tim, Dallin, what do you two do?
I move
I want to grab
forward.
this.
Go ahead.
No, go for it.
All right, I'm moving forward, and I'm gonna cast flamethrower across the moat at the daughter.
All right, I gotta make a save here. I will fail it.
Good. It's 3d6. Please hold. 9 damage. God, that's terrible.
Hey, some damage is better than no damage. Alrighty.
Yeah.
You burn Melina a bit. She screams out in initial pain. Her skin is now charred and her hair is now lit a bit. However, you just see this grisly sight upon you. Now her visage seems to be more horrifying than it already was.
You have a choice, I tell her.
All right. Dalvin, what are you doing?
Oh, I wanted to sort of like double a pick up the zombie and throw him into the water as well.
All right, go ahead and make a power contest against him then. I'm very bad at this, so we'll see how well you do.
I'm in power. Twenty-four.
Yeah, you pick up the zombie and you toss him right into the moat.
I'm not wasting time there. And then, boom. My way towards the bridge. That's my turn.
Cool. All right, the zombies get to go now. This zombie will just spend its turn getting up to you, Lavina.
Lena's my evil counterpart. All right.
It has started. Tim, you see a bad sight approach you. The zombies that Dalvin threw in are now coming back out of the moat. However, they're a bit more bigger than they were entering.
The zombie embiggening moat.
Yeah.
Oh no!
This one in front of you is going to attack you, Tim. And now has a higher modifier. But I'm assuming a 12 does not hit you.
Just barely.
Yep. It does hit?
Does not. No, my AC is 14.
Gotcha.
It's close.
Attack against you, Lavina. Unfortunately, I rolled a 2, so it will then miss as well. Malekith chuckles, says, "You dumb dwarf. You honestly think that they would be taken out that easily?"
It was worth a shot.
All right. It is now Melina's go. She will teleport right over here with her Elven Step and will attack you 2 times with her claws. She'll miss with 1, but will hit you with a 21 for the second.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast Magical Parry. When I am hit with a melee or ranged attack, I can roll d20 plus int. If it exceeds the attack roll, block the attack and deal 1d10 radiant.
All right, you got to meet or beat a 21. Go ahead.
Well, I got a +5 to int.
So let's see what happens.
And a +4.
It's an 8, baby!
With the D4? With the
Oh no, not with the D4, but the D4 will not make it.
Yeah, it will not make it. Unfortunately, you do not parry. You do not have enough time actually quickly teleports and try to slash it at you. You are lucky with the second attack, and as you try to parry the second attack, however, it is just too soon, as you will take... As you'll take 10 points of slashing damage.
Is that all you got?
All right. It is now Malekith's go. He will move ahead over here, and he will animate dead. Oh, that's the wrong cue. All right. Boom. A corpse rises in front of you, Dalvin. And then you see 2 more approaching. And he says, "You guys are wasting too much of your time. You should have run when you had it." You guys then hear a loud banging coming from above the tree. Some debris falls from the tree above. You do not know what exactly is going on. It doesn't even look like Malekith knows what's going on, as he kind of looks around behind and then turns his attention back at you. What are you 3 doing?
Ooh. Dalvin's ignoring the zombie and going to go attack the daughter.
All right. Make your attacks.
Wait for it.
That hits.
Let me roll the damage now. 12 damage.
All right. You deal 12 damage to Melina. All right.
Second attack.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's a natural 1. So what happens is that as you run up to Melina, she turns around. Her visage is quite horrifying enough to where you're like, "Oh God," and you miss. That distracts you from your first initial attack. However, you're able to reconcile yourself and hit her with the second attack.
That's all I can do.
Lavina, Tim, what are you 2 doing?
Move into place, and I'm gonna cast a flamethrower in this axis, which I believe should hit all
Alright,
of them.
I'll roll for Melina and the zombies. They both fail.
Love to hear it. Mm. And damage.
Alright. The zombies take a large brunt of the damage along with Melina. These things are big, hulking, fire zombies, but they seems like they could go down at any given moment. Lavina, what are you doing during your turn?
Oh God. She's gonna drop her empowerment.
Alright.
The boys are doing good. How are they looking? Like how banged up are the guys looking?
What, the zombies?
Just no, the zombies look like shit. I'm asking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking about Tim and Dalvin.
I'm at 30 out of 40. I'm 75% there.
Dalvin. Motherfucker, you better answer me.
You better answer me
You're
now,
muted.
damn it.
God damn it, this is time sensitive. Are you hurting or not?
I am at 40 out of 50. I'm good.
Okay. Thank you. Oh my God. Shit.
I have these armor slots. Help.
Cool. I am. I would be genuinely surprised if this worked. Maybe not on Malekith, but probably definitely on his daughter. I'm gonna use my level 2 ability. I'm gonna reduce my hit die by 1, and I'm gonna cast Dark Nova on the daughter.
Okay.
What?
And she will lose 7 hit points at the start of her turns as long as I'm maintaining concentration. I don't know if we agreed on a roll. I don't have it written down.
I'm gonna say we can roll for it. I'm gonna say we roll. I'll just put this rage tag over here to indicate that. I'm gonna say roll a d10.
It's a straight D10.
Yep,
Or...
straight d10. And it'll deal that much in necrotic damage.
Oh, well, it does. It says you can use your action to reduce your hit dice by pool by 1 to target one ally or one enemy.
Okay.
If it is an ally, they heal for 7 points. If it is an enemy, they lose 7 hit points at the start of their turns as long as you're maintaining concentration.
There
so
we
I
go.
don't know if there's a contesting roll.
I'll say they'll deal the 7. We'll say that just to keep things simple. All right, but you're targeting her specifically though with it, right?
Yeah, because she's tried using this ability on somebody like Malekith, and it didn't pan out too well for her in the past, and she is the most immediate threat.
Cool. Awesome. Alrighty. You dispel the concentration of empowerment, seeing that your allies are doing good, and instead you use your magic to concentrate on another effect onto Melina in hopes of hopefully getting her down enough. And she is now affected by this effect. But the zombies do get to act first. The hulking zombie is going to go up to Tim. Will hit for 14 to hit.
He meets it.
Meets it? Alright. It'll deal 8 bludgeoning damage. The regular zombie and the big zombie will try to attack you, Lavina. The small one only hits for a 14. The big one hits you for 18.
The big one hits.
Alright, you will deal... How much damage did I say to you? Dealt to you, Tim?
8.
8? Deal 8 damage to you. And I need you to make a concentration check. DC 8, of course.
D20. Do my concentration first.
Ooh! That's rough.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm not...
Would you like to fate die that?
Fuck no. I'm gonna save that fate die. Are you kidding me?
Alrighty. As you begin this effect, before it could go off properly, this giant zombie smacks you right on the side of your body, making you drop the concentration of this effect. As you turn around, you see the small one try to swipe at you. However, you are able to dodge out of the way of the effect. Would you like to move?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I would. Thank you for asking.
All right, so you can go ahead and move if you wish.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna guess if cool. I don't want to use my last teleport. Yeah, I'm just gonna I
Okay.
guess stand right
Stand
next to
next to
fucking
them.
her.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Awesome. It's Melina's go. She will use her horrifying visage. I need all of you to make fortitude checks.
I got okay fortitude. I should be fine. I say with 3
As
health.
she screams and yells out and gives this horrifying visage.
16.
Okay. You succeed, Lavina.
Oh.
You succeed,
Very
Dalvin.
funny.
And Tim, you just
14.
barely succeed. All right.
Nice.
Thank God.
She tries to do this horrifying visage. Seeing her like this deals some damage, but it's not enough to completely, mess you up. You guys will only take 4 points of psychic damage.
I'm big down.
Huh?
I'm down.
You're down? Oh shit.
I had 3 health. I had 11 after that big hit, and then 8
no.
from the zombie, which put me at 3, and that puts me at technically -1.
Oof. Yeah, her horrifying visage, despite you resisting the effect, you see kind of a crooked image of yourself within her, and that is so much to where it just causes you to faint. Dalvin and Tim, you do see this. Malekith will go over here, and he shall shoot magical darts at both of you. Which one of you two is looking the healthiest?
Him, not me.
All right. So I'm gonna make attack rolls against you. 2 are gonna hit you. 1 is gonna hit Dalvin. So the ones against you will hit for a 22. You take 4 points of force damage.
Oh, just 4? Okay.
Yep. And then for Dalvin, 17 hit.
Yes.
All right, you take 2 points of force damage. As these darts shoot around you, Malekith will say, "I've already killed my student. She will join us soon, and soon shall you. You will see nothing but darkness. Submit to the dark." As soon as he says that, the wall behind this area crashes down. A bright light shoots within the tree, and out from it, it blinds everyone temporarily, only to see, you hear a familiar voice, and you hear, "There'll be no darkness. I shall bring the light." And you see, riding on a familiar ally with another winged ally above him, you see your ally Tangi join in the fray.
He's dead!
Oh man, if only Lavina was up for this.
But riding on Luminous with Radiant above, Malekith looking surprised, Tangi has arrived and has come to aid you guys in this fight. Luminous will move with Tangi closer, along with Radiant. That's what Luminous and Radiant are going to spend their entire turns moving. And Tangi, seeing the down Lavina, as I look on Joseph's updated character sheet, will, as I look through it,
Oh, is that the hidden roll you did earlier?
oh yes, it was. He gets to act first on initiative. One sec. There it is. All right. He shall cast mass healing to all of you. So all of you heal for this plus 5. All of you heal for 13 hit points, including you, Lavina.
Yeah. Thank you.
Lavina, you wake up. There's this bright light that blinds you. And further ahead, you see a familiar face. You see Tangy riding Luminous and riding right next to him, seeming to save your life.
And you guys were on the other side. Did you see our ox?
He said,
You see our boy Blue?
Tangy says, "We can talk later. Let's end this." And then Malekith then says, "This is just nothing but an inconvenience. All that you'll do is waste your god's last remnants helping your worthless allies. The outcome has not changed. It is now your guys' go. What do you do?"
What's the difference? What's the distance? Let me see. Can I jump this?
15 feet or so. Maybe. I'm no giant, but I could give you a boost, you know, like you step on my hands and I kind of yeet you up, you know?
A fastball special.
Yeah.
No, I'll attack the daughter twice.
Alrighty, make your attack against Melina.
I'll continue. Oh yes.
That's a natural 20.
Amen.
That's pretty fucking good.
That's where we go. That's what we're here for.
Alright, so
11, 22 points
22
of
damage. You deal significant blow to Melina, putting your pickaxe right into the side of her hip and pulling it out. Looks like she could go down in one more big ass hit.
21
Fuck
to
her
hit.
up.
That
Dalvin.
hits.
Get her.
That hits. Roll your damage.
I'm glad I stayed around for this one. Another 11.
All right. How do you kill Melina?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess I want to take the pickaxe to the back of her head while she's turned around, I guess, just looking at her dad longingly.
Alrighty. As she turns to look at her dad, it seems like there'd be some aidance or guidance, or maybe possibly seeing him for the last time. You just see a disappointed look on Malekith, and as you take this advantage and you slam the pickaxe right at the back of her head and you pull it out, Malekith says, "Guess that's all she really up to then. Nothing more than a failure. Doesn't change the outcome of this fight."
How can you talk about your family like that?
All right, Dalvin,
Yeah,
would you like to move?
I'm gonna move. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the bridge, and I think I have just enough to cross it. Nope.
Yep.
I'm not crossing the bridge until I have enough to cross it.
You are able to get to the bridge. Lavina, Tim, what do you two do?
Moving and I'm hitting this zombie horde that's near the bridge but not at it.
Alrighty.
Right here.
Alright, make an attack. Ooh! That's a natural 1.
Jeez. Fuck.
You have a second attack. It's all good. You have a second attack.
That's why we have multi-attack.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Roll damage.
6 plus 8 damage.
8 damage. Alright, you deal significant damage to the zombie as you clock him with your Morning Star. It looks like it could go down in one more hit, if possible.
Come on, Lavina, we're not like we can outrun zombies. We learned that a long time ago. I'm just trying to clear the path for you.
So what you
Yeah.
doing, Lavina?
Shit. I mean, fucking Tangy here. I mean, if we're making a run for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on this last teleport. I'm gonna save it for it to get to the final circle. So yeah, I mean, fuck it. I'll just use my action, and Lavina's just gonna make a run for it to get by them.
Alrighty.
This is it's like a pick in basketball. We set up the play, we made a hole, she runs through it. We got it figured out.
Okay, the zombies get to go. These two zombies are only going to spend their turn moving. This one's near you is going to attack you, Tim. A 14 doesn't hit, right?
It's a meets it, so I get half damage, right?
Yep, you take 5 bludgeoning damage. All right. These zombies are gonna spend their turn basically try to get to you guys as quickly as possible. Melina's dead. Malekith, seeing Tangi, a little bit surprised, but he says, "Now, I am gonna take away your little angel just to prove my points," and he is going to do another deathly shot against Radiant, which she does hit for 6 damage. It's not a lot, but it just hits her, and it doesn't seem to have as much an effect as he would like it to against this Radiant creature. All right. Luminous gets to go with Tangi, and so does Radiance. Radiant has to spend her entire turn just getting up to Malekith's level. However, Luminous does get to make an attack against Malekith.
This man's about to get pummeled.
Unfortunately, he misses as Luminous tries to hit him. However, the agile Malekith dodges out of the way. Tangi shall, as I look at his character sheet for options. Let's see here. He will use a 3rd level Radiant weapon spell. He's going to make his weapon magical, which will, if he hits, deals an additional 1d20 Radiance damage. And as part of that attack, he does get to hit with it. So he'll make his banner, which is a wand, just reflavored, glow this bright light with the symbol of Solaris guiding him. He's going to try to make a shot against Malekith. This I'll roll in public. With the +3. Unfortunately, he does not hit with the attack. I guess it's Malekith once again showing his agility, dodges out of the way quicker than Tangi expected. He says, "Nice try, little halfling." It is now your guys' go. What do you guys like to do?
Well, I'd like to save my family, but I'll start by running across the bridge.
All right.
And we're gonna go attack this guy here, because that's the only way forward.
All right, make your attack.
With pleasure.
And 8 hits.
That's not good. Really?
Yeah. These are zombies,
Alright.
guys.
That's so true, though.
I've just been attacking the daughter for so long, I
Hey,
forgot.
I get you.
10 damage.
10 damage. You smack the shit out of this zombie.
And I'll do it again, I swear to motherfucking God.
That hits. Roll damage.
Orcs
Nice.
are canon monotheistic.
You
by the
smash
way.
the hell out of this zombie's skull, and this zombie is now dead.
Yeah, come on through once more into the breach.
All right, Dalvin, what would you like to do?
Well, actually, I was gonna come kill the other zombie, but now that Tim has actually killed this one and it's confirmed, go, I'm gonna use my dash action to cut through the team to cross the bridge and get
Alrighty.
closer towards Malekith.
Cool.
So about right there.
Alrighty. Awesome. All right, Lavina, what are you doing?
I'm gonna use my dash action to cut across. I'm gonna get right on the edge of the moat
Uh-huh.
and Lavina's gonna, because I can't do it this round, but I'm getting as close as I can to the edge. So the second I'm able to, I'm gonna teleport straight to the center of this circle.
All right. You do so. As you teleport to the middle of the circle, you
Oh, I guess I can do that. Okay, word.
yeah,
That's I mean,
you
yep,
dash
cool.
as an action
Yep.
that can move. Yep. As you teleport into the circle, you feel heavy necrotic energy all around you, and it is very, very overwhelming. There's a lot of necrotic magic where you're standing in right now.
I got my staff ready. I don't know how to use it, but I'm about to purify the fuck out of this place.
All right. The zombies get to go. The zombie in front of you, Tim, is going to make an attack.
Yep.
All right. I'll hit you with a 22 for 5 damage.
Take 5, go to 17.
1, 2. And the rest of the zombies are just going to trail you. And it seems like you are in a zombie sandwich, my friend.
Dude, a spiral pattern is the best pattern to be chased by zombies in. Because I just need to keep running and they won't catch me.
Lavina. Malekith sees you in the circle. You could see that this once overconfidence now has a look of worry. He says, "No, I have worked too hard to have what I have. I shall not let a student of mine overpower my work. Be better than me. And where you stand, you shall die." And he'll do a deathly shot to you.
Me, okay.
All right, D20 plus 5.
Ah, shitballs. All right. Miss.
Miss. His worrying and overconfidence is getting the better of him as he preemptively shoots his shot and it goes wide. Much to his surprise, he goes, "No, no, I'll not have this happen." And he'll just teleport right over here near you. All right, Tangi's go. Luminous is going to go over here and he's going to attempt to grapple Malekith. Unfortunately, Malekith's agility still showing through, and he is able to dodge the grab attack from Luminous. Meanwhile, Tangi says, "Radiant, go help Tim get Tim out of there." And then Radiant's going to spend her entire turn just getting towards you, Tim, to try to aid you in some way. Tangi is going to try to hit his shot against Malekith. Let me roll in public. He does not hit, unfortunately, with his magic weapon. Once again, he misses. All right, it is now your guys' go.
I'm dashing.
You're dashing.
Yep.
Alrighty.
I bought time. I got my guys through, and now they're coming to let me through, so I'm getting through. This is just how Coach drew it up.
Alrighty.
All right. So the space between the middle part and this moat here
Mm-hmm.
is 10 feet. I
Yes.
got a 5-foot head start.
Uh-huh.
What would be the DC to jump this to clear this in one leap?
I would say it would be a DC 14. It will take up your movement action if you wish to do it, though.
Yeah, because I was literally running to Melketh and he literally teleported so far away. And I feel like we'll spend 3 turns running. And I fall, right? I fall. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
DC 14.
DC 14.
Power agility.
Yep, make a power check.
Maybe if
That's
you
a
fall in
salad.
the water, you'll get bigger too.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey,
Nice.
you clear the gap. Boom.
I can't do anything. I saw my movement. No way. I could action and dash.
You can.
Just gonna dash so he knows I'm here. Son of a bitch.
Get in his fucking face.
Alrighty. You
No,
say
it's okay to
anything
reach
to
you.
him?
As soon as I can click my. I don't appreciate being called dumb by you. I don't know what you did 50 years ago, but I want my memories back, you son of a bitch.
Hell yeah. Lavina, What are you doing?
Man, I mean, Lavina, she's got her staff of purification out. Nobody really told her how to do this, so she's gonna do what she knows best. And if you will let me do this, DM, I want to use the remaining 3 of my hit die and one of my spell slots to channel uh the most, like, I want to be able to channel all of my, like, Lavina's going to do her best to like channel all of her healing magic and funnel it through this purification staff and drive it into the earth. And just before she does that, she makes direct eye contact with Malekith, unwavering. She goes, "That's the thing, Malekith. I am better than you." And she's going to drive her staff into the ground, funneling all of her energy into it.
Okay. Roll a d20, adding your intelligence modifier.
3? Is that too bad? Dirty 20.
You put your staff, you put all of your energy along, you take some of your natural energy as an elf, and you take a lot of magic as you wish, and you drive it into the center of this circle. And as you do, the staff goes off. The green necrotic energies that are around you begin to shimmer and change into a different color, one of pure white light. And as you say this to Maliki, he says, "No, no, it can't be. No!" You just, as he's trying to reach out to you with some necrotic energy towards you, you see this entire place brightens up and he just disintegrates along with the rest of the remaining corpses around. As you guys, as the light begins to fade away, Lavina, the staff's broken. The magic glyph that is all around you is now this bright white color. And all the pool around you turns to this clear blue water. You see, for the first time since your journey began, the sun going into this tree. I do need you to make a fortitude check, though.
That's so fair, because I definitely just used like all of my life force to do that. 20.
Wow!
Nat 20, 23.
Oh
There we
my
go.
god! Wow. You
Told you
Guys,
I'm better.
Tell the story.
You feel your body is about to give out. However, it doesn't. As if some of this magic has rejuvenated you in some way, shape, or form. You suffer no ill will effects. The sun's out, beaming down. All the undead have disintegrated all around you. You're with your ally Tangi. And you guys have saved Azeran from this undead curse. As you guys begin to exit the tree, tell me how your guys' character story ends. I could start with Tangi's, as he is grateful. He got out because the water just flushed him out. It did not kill him. But Tangi goes on back to Elderwood and Elder Howl, manages as a high priest cleric there, as recognized as a hero amongst his religious sect. How does a story end with your guys' characters?
I don't know how I got in that cave. I understand now that I spent the last 50 years as an adventurer, but I don't remember making that deal. I remember loving my life at home. I remember loving my wife, and ever since I woke up and realized that it's 50 years later and my life isn't where I want it to be, I've been seeking what I want it to be, and when I finally found it, I returned a failure. I had nothing to show for abandoning my family. I I thought it was what I wanted, and I came back ashamed, and I couldn't stay like that. I had to leave again to come back with something I could be proud of, to know that I made the world better for my family. And that's something I can be proud of, and I can come home now. I can show my face and not be ashamed. And I'll live out the rest of my days happy there and living the peaceful life I thought I always wanted, but I realize now that I traded peace for adventure long ago. But hopefully, with the rest of my days, I can make things right for my family.
All right, Dalvin, Lavina, how does the story end for both of you?
I don't know. I think I must stick around near Tim after all this. Like, I don't know if Dalvin gets his memories back at any point, but like, he takes this 50 years into account with the people he's adventured with. So, like, Tim's like entire locale. I mean, unfortunately, Dalvin's entire lifespan's a lot longer than Tim's, so it
Right,
just kind of feels a
exactly.
little cruel and sad for Dalvin, you know, in the long run. So, I guess that's
It's,
part of
it's like
why he's just kind of
visiting the
sticking around.
dog you left at the
And
pound.
just no, yeah, Dalvin will just kind of set up a home near Tim's location and just kind of go out on adventures here and there, and just kind of come back, or just kind of find people who are kind of refugees and try to build something here.
Lavina, how does your story end?
Mm, I think after all of this, for the first, she sees Tim home. First of all, she makes sure that he returns. Tim and Tangi both. Uh, she sees it through that they find their way back to their families, those who still live. She's fought this hard for this long to make sure that the world heals, and the first step of that is bringing families back together. And she'll go back to her own family, see out the see out that her communities are enriched and they grow. But after that, she'll spend Tim's remaining years with him and his family, and ultimately Dalvin and the rest of his years, and Tangi the rest of his years, until Lavina too grows old and she returns home, having accomplished her journey that she set out for so many years ago from home. And she's laid to rest in the same elven tradition as her father and her mother, and she is in the stars and watches over those who remain.
Your last day on Earth, you look up towards the sky. Now seeing the Quenya, all the stars once more, it's reminiscent of the first time you saw them since after the battle with Malekith. After spending the remainder of your years with your fellow friends, you are happy that you are now satisfied with life and you're ready to join with your people amongst the stars. As the camera at this point pans out to the stars, looking over now the restored valley of the Gulf of Azeran, without your guys' quest, all of this wouldn't have been unachievable. You would have still be in this dead realm, and you all can rest assured that your actions has helped the greater of Azeran. I'd like to thank you players for joining on this excellent journey. I'd like to thank the viewers who have watched us from episode 1 onward, and I appreciate you guys spending the time with me playing this game and this new system that I'm making, and I appreciate the audience for taking the time out of their day to watch us go on this crazy ride. So, Till next time, we shall see you guys later. Take care, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.